Criminal here. In this one I wanna voice my concerns about the biggest problem in Mortal Kombat 1 by far, which is the publisher, Warner Brothers. Ever since the game launched, one of the biggest problems players had with this game, and in general the entire community had with this game, compared to previous titles, is ridiculous prices. Like, this game was never extremely cheap, let's say that. It always was a full price game. Expansions and DLC always were kinda expensive, but in this one it just took it to the next level, and it really shows in this one. Like, the premium edition was $110. You can see currency is very expensive. If this is 40 of my country's currency, 1,250, that is essentially $10. What this buys you in this game is an announcer voice, or a skin. That's what this buys you, which is unbelievable. You're paying $10 for a fucking announcer voice. It makes no goddamn sense, man. Like, you could get these for free in MK11. It was possible to get these announcer voices for free in MK11. I had the Johnny announcer voice because I grind the Towers of Time. I had that announcer voice, which was awesome. Like, in this one you just need to pay an unreasonable sum of money. Many skins in the past especially cost like 1,200, 1,500 crystals, which is like $10 for a skin. It's ridiculous. For example, this Johnny skin, it was a part of the premium edition, this Van Damme Johnny skin. When it was released in the premium edition. But when it dropped in the store, it was like 1,000 crystals or 1,500 crystals, which is basically $10 or even a bit more. So you've got skins costing this much. You've got fatalities. They charged $10 for a fatality back in Halloween, and the backlash was unreal. So they refunded players basically by creating a bundle with all 3 holiday fatalities in the same in that price. But now we've got a new, as you can see at the bottom right, Chaos Reigns, a new DLC. And they are charging $50, guys. $50 for that DLC expansion, which is essentially Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, but a bit bigger. It's a story expansion like in Aftermath, revolving around Titan Havoc, and honestly it looks beautiful as far as animations go, and it actually looks very interesting for me, because I'm a massive Havoc laser and I fucking love the character. And we're also getting 6 new characters. We're getting Combat Pack 2 as a part of this expansion, and it contains Sector, Cyrax in female versions for a reason I will never understand, probably just to work well in the eyes of the feminists and the woke Americans, just woke culture bullshit, so they made them females. I don't mind because their designs are fucking awesome, and it's still Cyrax and Sector at the end of the day. They're fucking robots, who gives a shit? Even though in this one they look like it's kind of like suits, just like Iron Man in Marvel. We also have Noob Saibot, who's got an amazing design. People have been comparing this guy's design to like a can of Monster, which is hilarious, but honestly, I really fucking love that design. The only thing I don't like much like other people is the fact that it's green, like his special effects are green, which is weird. It should have been purple like always, but I mean, it doesn't, I don't really care either way. It looks very, very cool. And you've got Conan the Barbarian, Ghostface, who looks awesome, and T-1000 as DLC guest characters. So you've got 6 characters as part of the combat pack, and probably we're gonna get 5 cameos, just like we did in the first combat pack. Now, I don't remember how much combat pack 1 costs. Let me just check for real quick how much it costs, so I have something to compare the price now to. Yeah, price. Let's see here. $30. That's $30 for 6 characters and 5 cameos. Overall, it's not bad, honestly. It comes out to like the playable characters costing you basically $4 each if you buy the combat pack, almost $4 each, and each cameo costs you like $1, which is reasonable, very reasonable. Which means this DLC expansion is the same, basically. Let's evaluate it the same price. You pay $30 for the combat pack 2, and you get, if you buy the full expansion for the other $20, you receive the story expansion and the the skins. Now, honestly, this pricing is not bad. I would say it's pretty reasonable, really. But the biggest cause of backlash for this is because of this is the price for the premium edition. Like, if you bought the premium edition and you already have Combat Pack 1, this is how much you're paying. In reality, if you have the standard version, this is essentially $60. You get both combat packs, and you get both combat packs and the DLC expansion for $60, which is basically the same as buying a new game. That's how much it costs. So you're getting this amount of content, like 2 combat packs, the story expansion, a few new skins and shit like that. You're getting it for $60, which is pretty much buying a new game. Now, as for this game, I don't think this is unreasonable, the price. Honestly, I really don't. $30 for the combat pack itself, assuming it contains 5 cameos, which I really hope it does, because it makes no sense for it to cost this much if it doesn't. It should be 6 characters and 5 cameos, just like the first one. And in general, I would say combat packs in this game, if they're going to continue that format of 6 characters and 5 cameos, they are very high value. They are definitely worth the money. Because if you buy the characters and the cameos individually, it comes out to a much larger sum of money, and overall the bundle itself is pretty reasonably priced, I will say that. But the entire pack, buying like the 2 expansions, the 2 combat packs, along with the expansion costing $60, and the new DLC costing $50, I will say, even though it's reasonable for this game specifically, because it contains playable characters and it's a fighting game at the end of the day, the problem comes when players will start comparing it to the price of DLC in other games. For example, if you are a gaming fan, you probably played Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth 3, the new DLC of Elden Ring, which is an absolute masterpiece. It's fucking amazing, really. I'm not a big Elden Ring fan, I don't even have the game, but I watched a few clips online and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And if you're a fan of that genre, you will probably really enjoy it. But this DLC, which is pretty much buying a completely new story, a completely new game essentially for a game that is centered around its story, they charge you $40. This game, for what is essentially a story DLC, they charge you $50. Now I'm aware this game is a fighting game and the combat pack is probably a major part of the value of the expansion. But because they are charging it in a bundle, and you know they're gonna release the combat pack individually eventually, I am afraid many players will not even buy this expansion. I really do. Because many players who play Mortal Kombat don't buy it for the story. Many casuals do, but this is a fighting game at the end of the day, and many people will play this instead of another story-based game just because the fighting game itself. So this is where my war is coming. This is why I fucking hate Warner Brothers, man. They know what I've just said is a possibility, like this DLC flopping because of its price. They know it's a possibility. They know it very well, because this game, since its launch, received a lot of backlash for prices. And they are releasing a DLC for $50. That is a very ballsy but very risky move, and I really don't like it. It feels scummy and it feels like a cash grab, honestly, because they have already shown they are willing to just release batshit insane prices that have no attachment to reality. Like, nobody with a brain on their shoulders will buy this, unless they are like trying to create content for this game or in something. So you've got very unreasonable prices, and they release a DLC that costs a lot of money on a game that already received the backlash for this. So I really am worried, man. I'm worried. I feel like they should have made it so if you bought the premium edition that costed like $110, which is very, very high, a lot of money. I, for example, bought the premium edition. It's like $100 or $110. Like, it's $50 or $40 more than the standard version. It makes no sense for you to only get 1 combat pack in it, right? You get combat pack and a few skins. Fine, whatever. But mainly the premium edition, why you buy it is just, you get combat pack and that's it. You want to get the combat pack early access, you want to get all that shit. So that's why you would buy a premium edition. So it comes out to the fact that if we are talking about the premium edition costing $40 more, you are basically losing $10 as somebody who bought the premium edition right now, because the combat pack 2 is not included in the premium edition, and the DLC costs you the same amount of money as it would cost anybody else. So you basically are at a loss for $10 for buying the premium edition. You could just buy the standard edition and then buy the combat pack once the game released, and you would save yourself $10 pretty much. And then you could buy this expansion and you would still be at a $10 advantage compared to somebody who bought the premium edition. So what I would do to make this more reasonable, I would make the DLC itself $40 and I would make the bundle $50. Like both combat packs and the new DLC, the new story expansion, I would make that $50, and I would make the combat pack plus the story expansion, I would make it $40. That way you even out the prices between the standard and premium edition, so you will receive less backlash from players like myself who bought the premium edition, and $40 is a much more feasible number. That's how much MK11 Aftermath costs. Now, one thing that's important to mention, this is a much higher value expansion compared to Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. Like, you are getting 3 more characters and you're getting 5 cameos. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure you are. Safe to assume you are. So you get the story expansion, double the value for characters, and instead of 5 skins, you're getting 5 cameos along with 5 skins, 4 skins. Sorry. So so this expansion is much higher in value. But considering this game's bad history with prices, man, I really feel like Warner Brothers should have been smart about this, being a bit more reasonable and charge $40 for this expansion. Honestly, man, this is just a big worry for me. Like, I'm gonna buy it either way, right? I will buy it either way because I want to make content about it, so I will buy it either way, and I'm a massive fan of this series. It's one of the only games I'm playing right now. Actually, it's the only game I'm playing right now. So, I am gonna buy this one way or another, and honestly, the combat pack looks awesome. I'm very hyped for the characters. Only Conan is a bit of a meh release. I'm not sure about him, but the combat pack overall looks very awesome, especially Ghostface. He looks fucking crazy. The DLC expansion looks beautiful as far as the cutscenes go, and it also is very interesting for me, but I don't know why they're just taking the risky route, man. Why charge a higher amount of money for this when your game just now dropped a patch, a DLC character and a DLC cameo that are very, very positively reviewed in the community? This is the most positive the community has been since the game released, basically. This is finally the time where you started hearing Takeda is so awesome, best DLC so far, Farah is amazing, I love that cameo, the patch is awesome, so much fun. This is what you've been hearing, these are the thoughts in the community. And then they are dropping this. That is just such a massive source of controversy. So yeah, I'm really hoping they change the pricing. And if they don't, just add some benefit for the premium edition or something. Just to make it look better in the eyes of the fan base. So again, I just wanted to voice my concerns about this. I'm really worried players will just not buy this at all. They will just wait for the combat pack or just wait for individual characters they want, and they will not buy the full expansion. And understandably so, this is a lot of money. It's almost the same price as a new game. It's a lot of money to be playing for a DLC expansion, regardless of the game you're playing. Even though the value in it is pretty damn high, but still. So yeah, I am gonna buy this either way. I'm not really one to judge here, but I really am worried, man. I hope this doesn't flop. I hope it does well, and I hope this game receives a massive upsurge of hype. Because honestly, this game is just so much fun for me. I love it. That's why I choose to make content about it, and I just hope it doesn't flop. I really do. So guys, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and I'll see you in the next one.